We've looked at the various ways that we can use RSS to help us create persistent searches for the various positions that we're recruiting for, and clearly we can use RSS to help us stay on top of our competition, industry news, market conditions, and what have you. But there are other ways that we can use RSS, and here's a couple of suggestions for the sources out there. Over the last year or two, we've seen a proliferation of these kinds of service. Feedage is one of the services that aggregate RSS feeds for our individual use, but then make them available for public consumption. But there's no shortage of these. If you want to take a look, there's a few here that you might want to go ahead and look at as well. I suggest what you do is find one or two that you like, stick with those, because if you're like me, there's only so much information that you can process, there's only so much information that you can bring into your funnel. But let me show you a couple of things that we can do with this. I'm currently looking for some people with some background in signals intelligence. We're looking for some security cleared professionals, so I'm just going to drop in one of the keywords from my sources worksheet into the search box there, and now we're going to hit go. And when you get the results, you can sort the results by grade or by popularity alphabetically. I'm just going to go in here and do this by most popular, and you'll see that in the results here we've got a couple of things that we might want to look at a little bit more closely. We can see that this has got 113 subscribers, so one would hope that we would be able to at some point track down who those 113 people were. But let's just take a look at the first results as a case in point, and this is the InfoSec writer's latest security papers. And if we scroll down, we can take a look and see what we've got going on here. And you can see that what we have here is a feed, and in the title of the feed we've got the writers. So one assumes then that what we should be able to do is go and research those individuals and find out a little bit more about them and who they know and how we can get involved. Let's take a look at one of these articles. And here we are. Now, of course, the other thing that we can do once we're on this particular page is we can go and create our own RSS feed. And now we can subscribe to that so that as these pages are updated, we can be made aware of that. And you can see that again, we've got people who, by virtue of the fact that they're subject matter experts in this particular field, would be, at the very least, good for us to contact for referrals and guidance. And in actual fact, another one of the things that we could do is to come back to our search that we created on Blogger. Let's see if we can come and find that. So I'm going to come down here to the search engine that we created on the fly for information security, and now I could actually add that feed directly into this search engine, and we could have that feed the results that we can generate from this particular custom search engine, giving us a little bit more bang for our buck. So there you are, a couple of ways that you can use RSS feeds. Have fun. Earlier we were talking about feedage and the way that we can use some of these aggregators to help us in our sourcing activity. What I want to do now is I just want to draw your attention to the search options that you have available in your dashboard, and at the bottom here you've got a folder called Web X.0, and here you'll find quite a number of directories which are really useful for you to check often, because clearly there's always changes going on in our space and there are oftentimes new services and products that are coming to the fore. Let's take a look at GoToWeb 2.0 and just type in RSS, and you'll see there's no shortage of applications that we can look at and find ways of using. So one of the ways that you can hone your competitive advantage is to stay on top of what is currently available, see what new gizmos and gadgets are out there, understand how you might be able to apply that to your competitive advantage, and then knock yourself out. Here we've got a table of some tools. Some of these you might already be familiar with because I've already showcased them and I use them on a daily basis. Feed my inbox as a case in point. But you'll see here that they've got, on this particular site, a lot of things organized by these different tags, and you'll be amazed at how much information is out there that you can use specifically for your needs in recruiting, sourcing, research, business development, whatever it is that you happen to be doing. So Take some time each day, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I don't think you need much more than that to just stay on top of what's new, what's going on. And don't forget, if you want to be able to do this quickly without going through all of these hoops that I'm going through now, subscribe to the page in your RSS. And then when you've done that, make sure that you share it with your friends.